What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, and this is a late night tech talk, guys. I want to say what's up to everybody. How y'all doing? I'm doing this a little differently. I know I'm late. I want to say what's up to everybody that's going to join the stream. I know that I usually do tech talk earlier, but I wanted to do this live. Actually, it's kind of a test to kind of see. I'm doing this on Google Hangouts, so I kind of want to go through the motions here. Yes, I'm doing this on Google Hangouts today, guys. So just kind of bear with me a second, and so I can open up a different page so I can see everything here. All right, now I'm on the air. Yes. Want to welcome everybody to the stream. If you are new to the stream, guys, please go down and bear with me. Hit the button there. I just want to make sure. I've done Google Hangouts before, but it's been a long time since I did Google Hangouts. So I'm doing this now. Bear with me a second. How y'all doing? I see y'all coming aboard. Give me a second. I cannot see y'all guys in the stream yet, but I do see some people coming aboard. So I'm doing this late night tech talk, just kind of being a little lazy with it, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm doing this a little differently, and I actually can't see myself. So before I even get into it, guys, I just want to make sure that I'm live. Yes, I do. Hopefully that everybody is here. But yeah, give me a second, guys. I usually do this live stream a little differently, but I'm doing it now. So I just want to see. I see 18 views. Hi, so I want to get into it. Welcome, guys, to the live stream. Yes, it's live. All right, cool. Yes, I know it's late, but the show still must go on. I see y'all guys in the stream. I am live. Welcome everybody to the stream. How y'all doing? I see y'all guys. Let me do this here. Yes. Let me reply. Let me paste there. All right. Let me get back in it. What's up with everybody? I see you in the stream. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? You're live. Yes, I am live. I want to kind of get into it, guys. Just kind of give me a second here. Give me a second. Yes. Everything is okay. I see I got a few people on here. I am doing this Google Live. All right. And it's been a while since I did this. So I need y'all guys to bear with me for a second. Yes. Right. All right. So cool. I want to welcome everybody to the stream. All right. I was itching for a stream today. Yes, you need your fix. I'm glad you guys came aboard. All right. So check this out, right? I just want y'all guys to very clear for Google Hangouts. So check this out, right? I want y'all guys to understand this. This is Google Hangouts. All right. I haven't done Google Hangouts for so long, so y'all guys have to bear with me. Just kind of get my fix on this stuff here. You know, man, my class is a little crooked. I'm seeing all this here. So I'm trying to get into it. All right. All right, here we go. Here we go. Well, all right, Joshua. All right, cool. I'm trying to send you a link right now. I see you in the stream. I see you. I see you in the stream. I'm trying to get you on. I'm trying to get the link to you right now. Yes. Hello to all. All right. I'm trying to get you a link right now. Google's on the air. Yes. Again, guys, I haven't done Google Hangouts in so long. I always live stream. From my phone, actually. So let's see. I want to get this here going because I do have a special guest that I want to bring on to you guys today, guys. So I want to get on and get this special guest. So And you know, this is going on YouTube, guys. And again, let's see, I'm trying to invite somebody to the chat. Get links. All right. Boom. Yes. So I'm copying the link and I'm trying to get it to Josh. They're trying to come aboard here. Special guest tonight, guys. Late night stream. So I'm trying to do this for you guys. Welcome everybody that's coming to the stream. All right. And let me see if I could send an email out. Yes. Okay. Let me copy and paste this. All right. All right. So message. All right. Oh, show. All right. Here we go. I got a new message here. All right. Cool. No problem. I hear you. Thank you very much for the. Look, I'm trying to do the invite here. I'm trying to do the invite. I'm doing so much stuff in the background, guys, so you have to bear with me. What's up with you? I see you in the building. All right. It's been a long time, man. You know, it's one of those things that I'm trying to do this test, guys. And so you guys have to definitely bear with me here. It's been a very, very long time to. Yes. Look, I see all y'all guys. I invite people. Oh, well, that's the thing. Copy. All right. Hang on a second. There we go. Man, it's been so long. It's been so long since I've done this. Things have changed so much. All right, cool. There it is. Disregard the last email. Okay. All right. Yes. I got your email. I disregarded it and I want to get you on. Man, it is one of those things that I really want to get on here. All right. So I sent you the link. All right. You should be getting the link. And so I can get you on here. I am definitely stoked about this. I am definitely stoked about this. I am definitely stoked about this. I see y'all guys coming aboard. All right, we're gonna get into it, guys. First of all, I know I've been online live for a while now, guys. I just want you guys to be patient with me as I get my special guest on tonight, guys. And so, yes, I'm trying to get a special guest. Oh my goodness, yes.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh wow.
All right,
I'm really stoked now.
Let me just get a little set up here and then we can roll.
Okay, I'm really stoked now. Oh man. Yes. Definitely. You just let me know when you set up. First of all, guys, I'm telling you, I am very stoked about this right now. If y'all guys didn't know, I am very, very stoked about this. I want to definitely, man, it's like I started YouTube doing this type of stuff, man, and I can tell you that for the last couple of weeks I've been getting a lot of special guests on, and you know, this is what I work hard to do. You know what I'm saying? Like get you guys on, and man. So are you live here, or what? Are you with me here?
Yeah, I'm good. I had to get my lower third all set up and stuff, so make sure all my microphones and stuff are set.
Okay, all right. Yes, yes. I just look. I'm on here looking right now. I haven't done Google Hangouts in so long. I actually live stream. I actually live stream a lot on my phone. I've been doing it for 2 years, and every now and then I try to get somebody on, but I stopped doing Google Hangouts because it was so messed up back in the past. So, but
Yeah,
now
It's been hit and miss almost.
Exactly. So I download OBS and I'm downloading straight from YouTube, and I kind of been tinkering around with it for a while, but now I got it. Look like I got it pretty good. But yes. So if you are ready to go, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody that's watching you, um,
All
and go from there.
right, let me. I'm gonna pull up the live stream on my second screen so I can see comments and stuff. So just 1 second.
Yes, I'm actually looking at some of the comments myself.
Okay, yeah, I should be good. All right, now it's up. Yeah, so I'm Josh. I've got a tech channel, Bane Tech. If you've not heard of me, easiest way to find my channel is to youtube.com/c/Joshua Bane. That's the easiest way. Also, my website, bane-tech.com, has all my links and stuff like that. But yeah, I've been doing tech videos for a good 5 years now or so. So it's been fun doing that, but it's also grown into a lot of other kind of opportunities. If I didn't have this gig, I actually wouldn't have my full-time job that I got now, working as a social media coordinator for a company that I work for. And recently got into filmmaking. I'm doing wedding videos. Trying to get into some more storytelling, some documentaries and stuff. So that's going to be on a separate channel, but kind of getting all the ducks in a row before I kind of launch that off. But yeah, glad to be on the show. Thanks for the invite.
Well, I listen. I want to say I say really thank you. I know with everything being kind of spare at a moment, and I
It's
wanted
all
to
good.
get you on. Yeah, we've been kind of emailing each other, and listen, you've been talking to my liaison, the guy that been kind of handling some of my background stuff, and I'm gonna tell you that it has been very good to get some of this stuff worked out, get some of this stuff done. One of the things that I know, I watch your YouTube channel a lot, and to get you guys on to kind of spread the wealth of the community of tech. You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about tech, man. We love this stuff, and I mean, 2017 has been a crazy year. We've been seeing devices from the LG G6 and the Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus, and we've been,
Right.
the OnePlus 5 debacle, and we hearing rumors about the iPhone 8 and the Galaxy Note 8, which I got invited to. So I
Nice.
am going to the event. I got my formal invite last week, so I
Awesome.
will be in the house. Listen, I'm stoked about it. I've been on YouTube about 2.5 years. And in 2017, it's been kind of a big shift in this channel. Man, I put a lot of time, invested a lot, to try to get things rolling. But to finally to talk to you guys, man, it's like a long time ago when I first started my YouTube channel. I said, man, one day I'm gonna get these guys online, man. I'm gonna get some collaboration going, man. And now I got the opportunity to do it. So for everybody that's watching the stream, I know I usually do my live streams at 9 p.m. and we are a couple hours late. I've been working behind the scenes, do diligently. Had some family events that I had to attend to, but I had to rush home to try to get this dream up and running. And finally, we got it up and running. So let me ask you a question, Josh. When you're talking about when we talking about the state of affairs about devices, what's going on with Android devices as far as depreciation? I mean, we've seen the LG G6 came out at a $750 price point. Now we're looking at it at a $400 price point. I mean, we even seeing deals with the Galaxy S8, 8 Plus going from an $850 price point down to a low $700 price point. This is so strange in 2017. What do you think was going on? Why phones all of a sudden depreciating so fast in the last 2 or 3 months?
I think the way carriers kind of deal with stuff, I think that has a lot to do with it. It used to be back in the day, you would have situations where you'd be paying a contract for your plan with the device, but now it's all separate, but you're still basically doing the same thing. And so, people for the most part, not us guys, the ones that just go out and get the devices right away, but the ones that'll actually go out there and get a device and pay for it for 2 years. They're not going to get the full price. Like those people, the average customer, they're not going to pay the full price because at the end of those 2 years, it's still not paid off, but they're able to trade in and get the new device at the time. So for the most part, people hold on to phones. The average user holds on to it a lot longer. And so I don't know if they try to squeeze every buck they can out of like us guys, the ones that go out and buy them straight out or something. But yeah, I see your point there too. I know for a long time, and even still, the iPhone, like resale value, like if you're going to try to sell it off again, you're able to get a pretty good dollar amount from it. Samsung holds on to their dollar as far as reselling well. And like you're saying, I think this year I've seen it quite a big drop in that as well. And so, yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the contracts and stuff like that, the way everything is dealt with that way. But yeah, like the G6, even the resale of that is like super cheap. And my advice for people is like, if you're not itching to get the new device right away, wait like 1 or 2 months and you'll be able to get a really good deal off of that. Like if you really wanted the S8 or something, you can get a really good deal now. Like especially if you want to go to Swappo or something. I mean, it's just a really good price at this point.
You know what? And that's one of the things that I was saying. Like we've seen devices. I talked about this in 2016. I've been live streaming for 2.5 years. And one of the things I've been talking about to my audience was in 2016, we've seen a price shift. We've seen devices, the prices of devices go up. But as time passed, we started to see devices depreciate so fast. I mean, it unreal. I mean, but like the Pixel, that was still kind of expensive. But we see devices in 2017 just coming in like the LG G6, even with the Galaxies. And like you were saying, the carriers probably have a lot of inventory. That may be one thing. But I think some of the carriers are looking at this, okay, so now we're about to get into iPhone season. We're about to get to Galaxy Note season. We got the Essential phone that's in La La Land. We have devices like the Pixel 2. We've been hearing rumors about 836 processor with 4 gigs of RAM and all that stuff like that.
Right.
But when you're looking at the depreciation of devices, I'm saying, wait a minute. When I bought the LG G6, and I just dropped a video today about the LG G6, I think it's a hidden secret. I've been talking about the LG G6 a while on this channel about how good it is and about some of the faults it is. I mean, and some of the things that I think is LG's own problem, especially with marketing and stuff like that. I mean, I think what it is, a lot of people look at the specs thing, that's why a lot of people all this hoorah about the what is this, the upside down screen phone, the OnePlus 5. So
that was pretty crazy. If I could interject 1 second, I think like to your point about the changes and stuff, speaking specifically to 2017, almost every company has changed up their design almost completely. And so I think because of that value, or they're trying to put that money to value into the value of those changes, I think that has a lot to do with it as well. Because Samsung changed everything, LG changed everything, the iPhone is fixing to change everything. The only one that didn't change too much was OnePlus. I mean, it's still basically the same design, but they still have, they mimicked a few things here and there. But for the most part, like if you were to look at it from the front, it looks like the same phone from last couple of years. So there's not too much of a change per se in the top guys. I'm sorry, in some of the lower end or the budget kind of friendly ones, like Motorola, there's no design change in that at all. It looks like the same phone from last year. So some of the budget or lower cost phones haven't changed much, but the big dogs like Samsung, LG, Apple, they all changed everything up. And I think they try to justify the prices in that.
Yeah. One of the things that's so shocking and strange to me is that we hear rumors that the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 7s or the iPhone 8, 3 phones or 2 phones that's supposed to be coming out. Also with the Galaxy Note 8, supposed to be the upper tiers of over $1,000. Sometimes some people say they can't justify the price, but I'm a Galaxy Note fan.
So
And when you're looking at a Galaxy Note, and I talk about this on my YouTube channel like a blue in the face. You got phones, then you got the Galaxy Note, and a
Yeah.
lot of people don't understand. And I probably you also. I'm probably a very few that change the tips on my pen.
Hmm.
When you pull out that S Pen, the pen and pen software, I mean, it is a totally different
Yeah,
experience.
it's really cool.
Um,
But to that point, though, and I think I made the point in my S8 review that I just put out there, is that the margin between the differences between the S line and the Note line is marginally small at this point as far as what features go, because they brought a lot from the Note over to the S. And
yes.
like, there's really only the big difference is that there's no S Pen, specifically looking at the S8 Plus.
Right. And you know what? One of the things that I think Samsung might have made some mistakes. You think about this, the Galaxy Note lineup is for business and productivity. Why put DeX
Hmm.
on the S lineup? You know, why do that? I mean, the S lineup is not for, to me, I'm looking at the S lineup is not for business and
Yeah.
productivity. It's more leaning toward the millennials, good cameras,
Yeah.
good form factor, and so on and so
Yes,
on.
I agree.
But now you put DeX in the mix. So you're right when you're saying, okay, so what's the difference between the S lineup and then the Note lineup? The Note lineup's supposed to be King Supreme. The DeX
Hmm.
should have came out with it. You're supposed to have, all the bells and whistles, the best cameras, the good software, and plus, taking the Note to the next level. But Samsung, and I think what happened with Samsung with the Galaxy Note 7 debacle, they just had to do something to make the S lineup so special to get people, and it's working. Trust me, the quarterly sales for Samsung right now, they preach it like yes, all the
Yeah.
way to the bank. So the strategy works now, but I think they put themselves in a pickle because now since you gave everything to the Galaxy S lineup,
Hmm.
how you go differentiate yourself between the Galaxy S to the Galaxy Note?
Right.
So there's going to be some hard marketing that they got to do to get the Note lineup, and now they're doing it. I'll be hearing what dual cameras, which you know what that's here and there. I mean, I tested devices with dual
Yeah.
cameras, and I mean that.
Yeah, it really depends on the device. I think I'm a huge Android fan. I love Android for my smartphones and stuff. It's what I'll prefer to use mostly every time. But something I will give to the iPhone 7 Plus every time is that dual camera is probably the best. Um, as far as like the quality, that portrait mode is stinking phenomenal. Like all the other ones that have tried that kind of thing, it just doesn't match up to the quality quite as much. But yeah, like I'm not really sure how they're gonna market the Note 8, because I mean it's kind of a bigger screen than the S8 Plus. More than likely have a better battery. Hopefully, well, definitely a better battery than the Note 7. But um, yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that. And I've always said, like with the Note 7 or the Note line, is like it's like you said, it's perfect for business. Because I'm a multitasker, running different multiple accounts and stuff like that. When I'm leading teams, and all the different tools that you can use with the Note device is really, really useful. You got,
Right.
got it right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I absolutely love, and I talk about this on my channel. Listen, I got wow. I mean, I'm up to about 70 phones, but I'm a collector too. I collect phones. I love them. I mean, I'm a diehard collector. But one of the things that I said that I want to see in the next Note lineup is that I love the 16:9 aspect ratio. I really do, because when you're using the pen, I look at it as a 3:5 index card. But we already got the
Mhm.
design 18:9 aspect ratio. We know this, but they did say it was going to be a little wider because of the S Pen. Now, the smaller battery, a lot of people concerned about that. But the pen, believe it or not, I'm kind of criticizing the pen. I want to see an executive pen, especially when we go pay $1,200 for this thing. I
Yeah.
mean, I want to see a nice, pretty premium pen. I don't want to see no plastic. I want to see nice, little, pretty executive pen. I want to see a nice premium pen. I'm serious. It's like a
Yeah.
lot of people say, man, you tripping about the pen. But yeah, at 1,300 bucks,
It's a selling point.
it's a selling point. I mean, you pull a pen out, it is gold. I mean, the pen to screen software, it is nice. So I'm going to be so stoked when I get to the Note event. And
Hmm.
one of the things that I'm going to be looking for is those details. We already know how the phone look. They already
Hmm.
said there will be dual cameras. In the US, we're going to get, they say 6 gigs of RAM, but you know, us in the US, we've been bound to 4 gigs of RAM. So I
Yeah.
have to see. I'm not with the 6 gigs of RAM yet, because no phone in the US yet has put a device in the US with 6 gigs of RAM. Now, I can see that Samsung can break that cycle, because they did it back in 2015 with the Exynos processor, with the
Mhm.
Galaxy Note 5 and the Galaxy S6 Edge Plus, because they didn't want to go with the crap dragon 808 and the 810. So I see that Samsung does have the muscle to do it, but I don't know, because we thought that the Galaxy S8 was going to have 6 gigs of RAM, and what happened? They came out in the US with 4 gigs of RAM. So
Mhm.
I mean, we keep on hearing 6 gigs of RAM, but I'm at this point that in the US, for some strange reason, we get shafted with the 4 gig RAM variants.
Yeah, the RAM debate, or as long as it's smooth, that's all I care about. And
Yeah,
that's like Android has gotten a lot better this last couple of years with the bridging the gap between hardware and software, making it work together. And that's something that another thing I'll give to Apple is that it's usually a smooth performing device, because they've had smaller specs than any competition that has been put out, but it works great, looks great, and works well most of the time. And like, shoot, for the longest time, they had what, a 5 megapixel camera, an
right.
8 megapixel camera, and it still looked better at that time than the competition. And they've just mastered the mix of software and hardware. It's like I mean, you can use OnePlus as an example. The needless RAM. um, it's I mean, some computers don't have that much RAM in them, and it's when I had the OnePlus 5 and the OnePlus 3 and all that kind of, like, pretty much the only OnePlus I haven't had is the T. It's worked pretty well, because it's what I think a stock Android should be. I'm not a fan of vanilla, like the OS. I like the looks and all that kind of stuff, but usually have to add a lot more to it to make it better, which is the beauty of Android. You can add things to it if you want to. But when I rose up with my YouTube channel, it was in the world of ROMs, of rooting and all that kind of stuff. And so anytime I got a chance, I would root the device and put a custom ROM on it. And that's exactly what OnePlus has been birthed from. Oxygen OS was one of those ROMs, and it's just got so many awesome options in it. You can tweak anything and everything with it, and it makes it a great, like, experience and performance and all that kind of stuff. So, like, yeah, it's hard. Like going back to the Note 8 and stuff. Like, I want this thing to just be smooth the whole time. In my review that I just released, I was late to giving my full review, and I'm glad I waited, because the way the story has gone, like, you wait a significant amount of time with a Samsung device and it ends up getting some lag, performance issues. I was getting forced closes and stuff like that. It wasn't like to where it was driving me nuts, but it would be at least an every other day occurrence. And it's just like, this should not be happening.
Right.
This should not be happening. It's 2017. You guys got to get this figured out.
Now, I did my final review with the Galaxy Note 8. I mean, Galaxy S8 and 8
Mhm.
Plus. All right. And I didn't give it a pass, because when I did my final review, and I'm going to go back and revisit it, I had problems with 1080p 60 frames per second, which I still do today. And I didn't give the cameras a
Yeah,
pass.
that's a good point. I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that, because that's something else I experienced too. Just starting a video, you would hit the button and it would take probably a good 2 to 3 seconds for it to start recording.
Right. And that's one of the things that I didn't pass the Galaxy S8, because of the 1080p 60 frames per second. So I can't pass the cameras. Then Bixby was unfinished. So we had hardware problems.
Bixby.
And
Ugh.
right. So when you're talking about $960, that's how much I paid for my Galaxy S8, including
Mhm.
tax. You cannot pass a device with those type of issues, which definitely, if you can't pass the camera, And if you can't pass hardware that's not finished, unfinished software, and plus the issues with the fingerprint scanner, which I can't even use it because I'm using the official Samsung case.
Right.
And if you flip it over, you can't use the fingerprint scanner. So I call that a fail too. But I'm gonna go back and revisit the Galaxy S8 Plus since now we got some updates. But and you're right, reviewing the Galaxy product, it does takes a long time, but like the viewers want to see the review so fast that that's one of the things that as tech reviewers we know, and we keep hearing. I keep getting the emails, I keep getting the text. Easy, when are you going to put out your final review? And I did it. And now, now I got to go back and revisit the device. Now we got these updates and stuff like that. Sometimes people are not patient. Just like with the Galaxy Note 8. We thought that the Galaxy Note 8 was going to come out mid-November. Now it's coming out earlier than that. Is Samsung rushing this device? And that's one of the things that I'm concerned about too. You know, but I don't know. I mean, we're starting to see things happen, you know, and getting to OnePlus. I had a OnePlus 5. It came in. I didn't unbox it because I was reviewing, the U11. I'd be reviewing like 2 devices at one time because I had the U11 and I had another device I'm reviewing.
Yeah, I still got some devices on deck that need reviewed. So
the funny thing about it is when I started hearing about the jello effect and the camera issues with the OnePlus 5, I hurry up, took it out the box, threw my SIM in it, kind of played with it for a few hours, and I did encounter some of those issues. So I put it back in the box, contact OnePlus, shipped it off. I did not order another device just because of that issue, because I'm believing OnePlus trend is to have a OnePlus 5T possibly coming out in the next few months if they go with this 6-month cycle.
I hope that I was pretty disappointed. Like, I like the OnePlus ideal, but like with the OnePlus 5, like with those issues, I experienced that jelly effect. And it was one of those things, like when I first got it, like I noticed it, and I was like, I wonder if this is just like an effect that they put onto it or something. And then I started seeing that it was actually just an issue. And then I started hearing about the upside down screen. And about that time, I did the same thing. I did an RMA return. I returned it. I was like, it's not going to get fixed in a software update or anything like that. If they're dropping the ball on quality control issues like that, it just puts a bad taste in my mouth, and I'd rather put the money towards something else.
Well, I mean, you gotta look at OnePlus been in the news every day. I mean, I mean, shouts out to Jeff Springer. He's very upset about the notification. I mean, OnePlus is throwing ads in the notification. I mean, we finding a lot of developers finding stuff in the code that the utilization of the 8 gigs of RAM is more of a marketing tool than the utilization of the product itself. When you see upside down screens, cameras not that great, and so on and so forth. I mean, not dialing 911 and stuff like that. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, it's like it's nonstop news with the OnePlus. And so when you get into OnePlus, I mean, a lot of people love the device. They say we hating on the OnePlus because you got mixed tech reviewers. You got some tech reviewers that's saying, you know what, OnePlus is a great device. I don't know what everybody's talking about. Then you got some tech reviewers say, hey, listen, I can't deal with the jelly effect. The camera's not that great. 8 gigs of RAM is a joke. I mean, you got all kinds of ads being pushed in the notification. We finding that OnePlus is cheating on benchmark tests. I mean, the code is so corrupted. I mean,
it's like one thing after another.
It's one thing after another. So when you're looking at the OnePlus, I mean, then we talk about the keynote address. I mean, the keynote address was fake, and oh my goodness, it was like it's never-ending stories with OnePlus.
Yeah. Timothy Baxter made a comment saying that's not quality control, that's a product development problem. I think it's both, because just a little background story with speaking to the HTC U11, I was able to go to the product launch event there, got a behind-the-scenes tour of the factory, and I grew a much deeper appreciation for what companies go through, at least HTC. I know that firsthand. Man, I got the U11 right here, but there was workers there, literally, like they had white gloves on and everything, and they would sit there and point at it. And we were looking at them for a good while, and they would just sit there and look and stare and inspect and like take their sweet time looking at every minuscule of the device. And I was like, that's quality control. So that's just the physical part that we saw there in that room, but they were doing other stuff like performance and all this kind of stuff. So it is quality control, because if that jelly effect was there, it's noticeable to people. So how did it make it past quality control? Like
It didn't.
they, so I mean, it wasn't just like one or two devices; it was a lot. And yeah, that's it, like I said, it puts a bad taste in my mouth when stuff like that happens. Going back to the Samsung, the frustration with Bixby and stuff, I think they should have held off. And I think it would have been better to implement that with the Note 8 instead of the S line, because you would have more time. Like, it just got released, what, a week or two ago for like a public release and stuff, to where people could start using the voice activation and all this kind of stuff. I never once, I mean, I used Bixby feature within the camera to do, what was it, a translation to another language, because I have an Android TV box that's in some other language, and it got reset and it was into another language. So I just, hey, I'm going to try this out. And that's the only time that I used a feature from it. Other than that, I downloaded the remapping app and just turned it off. And
That's just the point. Like, and I think I know why Samsung did this. Just like with this Touch ID underneath the screen. Okay. I mean, I think they're going absolutely crazy to try to force this. If it's not ready, don't do it. Now, but I think what's going to happen, they're going to try to force it. Now, Vivo or whatever this device is overseas, they have a prototype device that is working, that has the fingerprint scanner underneath the screen. Now, I was contacted by them. So I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to get a review unit to see what it's all about. But they have a prototype unit that's running full Android that has the fingerprint scanner underneath the screen. Now, we have to see what it's all about. But I think we in the era where they're trying to force it. I mean, Apple, hell, we can even talk about Apple. We don't know what the iPhone, we've seen so many leaks and so many rumors about the iPhone. But when we talking about these OEMs trying to push out push out devices and push out this here, man, he's like, okay, guys, let's put the brakes on. Hold on, wait a minute. I know you want to get this product out, but please make sure you don't have unfinished software. Make sure you have better quality control taken care of. And one of the things that I seen as I'm reviewing another phone is that as soon as I took it out the box, I got maybe a full day of updates. And it's unbelievable. I mean, every time I update the device, I play around with it, I get more updates. I play around with it, updates, play around. And I think the average consumer look at this like, well, wait a minute now.
I know people specifically like it that I work with, and even some friends and stuff, that they see that software update, they don't want to do it. Like,
Right.
I'm like, it'll be okay. Just make sure you got a good amount of battery life, be next to Wi-Fi when you're at home, and like before you go to bed or something like that, just let it go. You'll be okay. But yeah, I know what you're saying too.
You know what? I talked about this when I used to review Microsoft devices. Oh my God. When I took out the Lumia 950 XL, oh my God. I made a bash video. My first 24-hour review with the Lumia 950 XL, I bashed the device so bad because the first 24 hours was a nightmare. And I look at it like, as an average consumer, I would have returned the phone. I mean, I had updates. The phone was hot. It started rebooting itself. I mean, it was terrible. I remember that because it's like, then after the updates after it went through a couple hours with the updates, it was great phone. I mean, besides the ecosystem is dead, but it was an overall great phone. But the first 24 hours with a device that constantly updates out of the box is a complete cluster. It is a cluster. It should happen. I look at it like this: if you go to a carrier store and you buying the iPhone, or you're buying a Galaxy phone, they should take it out the box and make sure all the updates before they give it to the consumer. I mean, I look at it like the consumer shouldn't have to spend the first 2 or 3 days with a phone that's all they're doing is updates.
Yeah. And that's
Um,
if I could get on a little soapbox too, and it's awesome to be able to get a device in your hand before launch.
yeah,
As a reviewer and stuff, that's fun. It's amazing. I love to be able to, like, it's 50-50 at this point. There's times where I can do that, other times not so much. But the thing I'm so hesitant about is release, like we kind of alluded to before, releasing those reviews at release time or even a week after release. And then, like you're saying, like, okay, it's in the public hands, and now we're starting to see more reports of issues in here and there. And it's like you can review it, and then you're like, let's say you just have a bad experience, like there's some really rough software going on. You release your review, and you're giving your experience off of that, but then it gets fixed, a week later and stuff. So it's like it's hard to review these phones that you get early and give a sound experience of what the consumer is going to experience when they buy it, because it's pre-release software or like just release software, and it's not ironed out yet. And I know there's always going to be that one update that kind of fixes a couple bugs here and there, but when it's like one after another, it's like it's frustrating on my end, because like I want to, my goal is to always steer people in the right direction. I never want to like put someone to where they're going to invest their money in something and then it just turns out to be a fail, or the vice versa. It's like I don't want to have a bad experience or have a good experience that's mixed and all this kind of stuff, and it just flip flops because it wasn't handled right in the first place. So, like, with that said, to our viewers, and I'm sure you would agree, it's like you almost have to take reviews that are, and this isn't bashing any other reviewer that does this, but it's, you have to take that stuff with a grain of salt at times, because you need to give it some time before an actual review can be given, because it's just, you got to give it a break-in period and all that kind of stuff. You got to consider all those kind of things. So I know, and with that said too, I know YouTube has changed a lot too, that to where what we do is a form of entertainment to people as well. So it's not necessarily that they're banking on our opinion for a purchase, which is how I got started. Like, that's how I got into the YouTube game. But just be careful with reviews. You've got to really kind of filter through stuff, because like you're fixing to go to that Note 8 thing, but like I would encourage you is like, look at the overall
right,
because you could pick stuff apart if you wanted to, but also tell your reviewers or your viewers, it's like, man, I've got this. It's great first impressions. It's a great first impressions. But like what you've said too, like, or like on social media or something like that, give like your experience and stuff. Is like, hey, but you want to stay tuned? I'm going to release my review in just a little bit more time, so that I can give you guys a sound opinion instead of this rushed like
right.
deal that we get now. It's it's
It's insane.
aggravating. Yeah.
And I do usually wait a month or so before I release my review. One of the biggest reasons why I started doing YouTube is because of that. I started YouTube because I used to see all these reviews. I used to get, okay, I, you see, like I remember this like it's like it was yesterday. iPhone 4. iPhone 4. I remember it's like iPhone 4S. Tons of tech reviewers was talking about, oh, the iPhone 4, the best battery life. You would get through the day and no problem with the salt. And I get the phone and I'm getting like an hour screen on time. And I was like, wait a minute. This reviewer is like, he's talking about you get through the day with medium to heavy use. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm also seeing, of course, every trend is after the keynote addresses, you get all the reviews drop at one time. YouTube get flooded with final reviews of a device at launch time. And it's like, wait a minute, the keynote address, like, it's not even over with. And we
Mm-hmm.
get final reviews already. So, and they do say it in the reviews that this is a review unit, this is not final software. And I was like, okay, cool. If it's not final software, I can understand that if
Mm-hmm.
it's not final software, then I can't kind of believe and trust that everything that's going on. And some of them be truthful and say, yeah, listen, this is not working. This is not working. It's, and I
Yeah.
like that.
Right. We
But
want
some,
transparency these days.
yeah, and you know what? The funny thing about it is the viewers, you know, and I know you get this, and I mean, I got 3 YouTube channels, and I know for a fact that people just anxiously want you to drop the video, tell us what you think, give us a final review. Come on, Eric, let's do it. I need it. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, just give me a little more time. It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And then, like, to your point before, when you got multiple devices in hand, and it's like you want to give your full experience and you have to use it as a daily driver in order to get your experience. And yeah, it's tough to do.
Yeah.
And especially like if you got like different networks involved too. Like right now, I'm using Cricket Wireless, and I still work with Verizon with review units and stuff, but like I'm not going to put my personal number on the Verizon unit because one, it's their unit. They
Right.
provide a SIM card and all that kind of stuff, but it's hard to use 2 devices as a daily driver at the same time. So yeah, there's those obstacles and stuff. So I think what I've like the workflow with that is if I have a device in hand that's using another network that's not on my personal number, I will use that other device over the weekend fully, and that usually works out pretty well that way. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's,
I like doing YouTube. I really do. I mean,
yeah, I
I
love it, but it could be a challenge too.
it is challenging, especially when you get people that don't watch the videos, but they see the title or they may watch the beginning, and all of a sudden they tear you up in the comments. You know, that I get that a lot. So I mean, you know, when they watch 30 seconds of the video, and then all of a sudden they go in the comments and say, "You suck. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
You the worst tech reviewer on the planet. You say that this device is the best thing since life." And they're like, "Wow, did you watch the video?"
I know. My favorites are like I get ridiculed for giving my experience. It's
Right.
like,
All right. So let me ask you this question. When you talk about experience, people get on me for using Nova Launcher.
mhm,
And I'm like, okay, one of the reasons why I look at it like this: if I'm using a device as my personal device, my experience, my this, and just say for LG device, which I like LG phones, but I don't like the software. I just don't like
mhm,
the launcher. So
right.
I don't, it don't take away. And I say these in my videos that I don't like the launcher, but I've used Nova Launcher. And some people really get upset about you not using the stock launcher. Why you always got to put an over launcher? And I'm like, because this is my experience. I got the device as a daily driver. I have to
Mhm,
be comfortable using the phone as a daily driver. If
right.
I'm not comfortable with the launcher, I'm going to put my own launcher, but I will discuss the reason why I don't like the stock launcher in the video. But I
Right.
will discuss that I'm using Nova, and you know, I'm using the workflow, and I'm getting to know the device, because even though you're using the launcher, it still don't change the way the cameras are. It
Well,
still don't change the
what's
way.
one of the things we boast about Android the most? The customization, right?
Yeah, exactly. We say, hey, Android is about customization. So
And
don't get
so
upset
that's
with
what
a
Nova
tech
Launcher's
reviewer.
there for. What I try to do is the first like 2, 3 days, I'll use stock everything,
Right.
just to try to get a grasp on it, see if there's improvements and things like that. But once I get into my daily routine, my daily driver, I'm putting on SwiftKey. Like I
Yeah.
can't get away. I'll use Google Keyboard or whatever they call it now,
Gboard.
Gboard. Um, we could get on a tangent about Google's like schizophrenic name changes, but yeah, like I'll go right to SwiftKey because one, it's got all the memory, it's got everything stored the way I like it. I'm just used to it. I use the same theme, the Cobalt theme from back like how many years now has that theme been
Right.
on there? But then yeah, I'll put on Nova Launcher because I like the way I set up my phone, and that's just the way. Like I don't want to have to go searching for something on my phone, like where is this at or how's that flip or whatever. Like on my phone on the bottom, I got my drawers
Yep.
and or the drawers and stuff, and it's just 2 pages there of my most used apps, and I know where to go every time. And so yeah, like I see the point that you got to use the stock stuff, or I think you should use the stock stuff to get the experience from it. But yeah, once I start into my grind, yeah, it's all back on Nova Launcher, it's back on SwiftKey and all that. Like I'll go back to Gboard here and there because depending on the device, sometimes um, to another point of software, when a device first comes out, is that some of these apps aren't compatible just yet. So you have to give them like a few days, a week or so for those to even become compatible. For example, SwiftKey on the HTC U11 didn't work well. It was pretty laggy and things like that. So I swapped over to Gboard and it was buttery smooth. But actually the keyboard on the HTC U11, the stock one, is probably one of the best stock ones that I've used in a long time, as far as phones that have skins on it. Like Google Pixel, of course, Gboard's going to work like a dream.
Right.
But yeah, I've it's fun. People are fun.
You know what? I tell you, I've learned to get thick skin.
Oh yeah, I got
you know what's so funny? When I was below 10,000 subscribers, I didn't get no hate. Everybody loved everything I put out. But man, once I bust over 10,000 subscribers, things changed.
Yeah, because you're getting the searchable views now,
yeah.
not just your subscribers. You're getting the searchable ones, and yeah.
So after I hit over 10,000 subscribers, and I think I'm at over 12,000, about the mid 12,000 right now. And but I tell you, I kid you not, that things have changed. And wow, people come out of everywhere. And but it's fun though, because I'm doing this for a purpose. This YouTube channel is about being independent, boots on the ground. No fluff, no passes. That's what I talk about here on this channel. I say, you know what? For $1,000 phone, I won't give it a pass if Bixby wouldn't work. This not work. I won't pass it. But a phone that's $200, if they got some problems, at $200, you could kind of swear a little bit. Say, okay,
definitely.
the device is $200.
Definitely.
But when you're paying $1,000, see, I look at things differently when I'm paying $1,000 for a phone versus a $200 phone. Say the Stylo 3. I mean, I went into a Stylo 3.
The Honor 8. I would still recommend this device.
Absolutely, that's one of my trending devices. Actually, one of my most viewed devices, videos that I have on my YouTube channel. Hundreds of thousands of views on it. I mean, people love the Honor 8. I mean, the Honor 9, I'm like, wow, it's like, I mean, you could get the Honor 8 for like $300. I mean,
I'm confused about the Honor 9.
Me too.
The Honor 8 did so well, and there has not been much buzz about the Honor 9 at all. Like like people that follow the tech community, yeah, they know about it, but who else knows about it? Or it's just not been publicized much. It wasn't launched like it was last year. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, a lot of things in the tech community, tech don't make any sense. I mean, where the essential phone? Where is that? I mean, it's like 2 months late, the people quitting, everybody going away, the phone ain't coming out. I mean, what the hell going on?
I want that to succeed so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. It's for number of reasons. Probably my number one reason is because it's like a nostalgic feel to it, because it's Andy Rubin making it. Right. It's like the father of Android making his own phone. That's better than a Nexus. That's better than Google Pixel or anything. That's like, it's Mr. Android. So I want it to definitely succeed, but I don't know. I wish they'd be a little bit more transparent with what's going on there. Because yeah, we're seeing weird stuff happen. Like they say like, yeah, it's going to be launched like really soon, a few days ago. And then the next day, one of their top developers or directors and stuff leave. And we're like, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. And
like, is this thing about the tank or what? Without even leaving the dock.
It's so funny when you go back and watch that crazy interview of this type of release. I have no idea what I looked at when Andy Rubin was trying to talk about the phone, and you got this guy overriding everything he's trying to say, and this interview was insane. But I mean, Andy Rubin really tried to get out some key points about, okay, we're gonna get this device out. We go, try to have it out 30 days or whatever, which was a couple of months ago. And I think, if we're going to release the device, maybe it sounds like to me is some internal issues going on, because, I mean, the device isn't released. I mean, what's going on?
My speculation, and actually kind of Timothy Baxter, he said next bit Robin, a question mark. One, it's a super cheap phone now, but it actually ties right into my speculation with what's going on with Essential. Who's the number one carrier in the United States?
Verizon.
Verizon. By the numbers, I'm not talking about preference, but by the numbers, Verizon is the best. And so they're pretty strict on what they allow on their network. The next bit, Robin, they took off a bigger bite than what they could chew.
Yeah.
And when they first, I was super stoked about the next bit Robin because I was a Verizon subscriber at the time. And I was like, yes, this phone looks awesome and I'm going to be able to use it on Verizon. But guess what happened? Nope. They had to backtrack and say that this isn't going to happen. So when you introduce a device, when you do all this kind of stuff, and then you say that it's going to work on such and such, but the stuff has been worked out between the two, which I don't know the details. Like I don't know any inside information, but speculation is I could probably put some money on it that that has a big reason why it hasn't been launched yet. Because if you think about when it was talked about first, like Verizon is not going to jump on it and say, yeah, come on over. They're going to need some more talk. And I think
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with it.
Well, and I tell you, shouts out to Sprint. Sprint is rolling out the red carpet for devices right now. I mean,
Yeah, they have to.
right? Yeah, exactly. So
I would take anything I could get if I was Sprint.
yeah, Sprint, come on, we'll take you. We'll take you to all the U11. I mean, I don't
They're
care.
like the Marines. I mean, they'll
Yeah,
take anybody.
right.
I'm just playing.
It's like, I mean, Sprint is rolling out the red carpet. So I mean, we heard that the BlackBerry Key One is going to Sprint and all this stuff. I mean, God, so Sprint is like, hey, bring it on. But to your point is exactly right. And this is the same issue that Sony has. And I've been reviewing the Sony XA Premium. Great device. But I got to get the international one. There's no fingerprint scanner, and there's no ROMs out for it. There's no hacks for it right now. So, I mean, 4K display, awesome device, very high price point. I mean, I think I dropped almost $900 for it. But yeah, I mean, that's the point. You know, we're trying to make that the devices. You have to have all your ducks in the row before you go on TV, before you talk about that you're going to have a phone ready in 30 days, or that you're going to roll the device out. To me, I felt confident that the phone would have been released already.
Yeah, when you make that bold statement, like 30 days, we're going to have this released, that means that you got it already built, you got it boxed up, ready to ship.
Absolutely. That's how I got. When he said that if the phone was going to be ready to go in 30 days, in my opinion, I thought that it was out of production, ready to be shipped out, ready for pre-orders, ready to get in people's hands, and you know, ready to get on Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, but it didn't happen. And now we are in the second month. People started getting emails saying that we apologize, we are getting ready to release, and all the stuff like this, and it's still nothing happened. People still waiting on all kinds of confirmations and stuff like that. It's a complete debacle, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's like I said, I still want it to succeed so bad, though. It's like, yeah.
I mean, you got the note. I mean, the picture will be out before this phone get in people's hands. And
I don't. There's not just the. If you're gonna, there's just really. I mean, this year, if you're a brand new company, it's pretty tough to release at any point this year because of just what has been released already and what's fixing to release.
Yeah, and it's going to be very difficult to hit the United States with the Essential phone now that we got the iPhone season and Galaxy Note season, V30, Pixel 2. You got, I mean, the debacle with the Motorola, the 2 that just hit, and all that stuff like that. So, I mean,
you must be better off to wait till Black Friday or something.
I mean, at this point, you think about it like this. I mean, if it come out with an 835 processor, by then the 836 processor being devices. So that's going to be one Achilles heel. Second thing that we still talking about a $750 price point. That's definitely going to be one of those things that, okay, should I buy a $700 Galaxy S8 Plus at $700. I'll pay $750 for a Essential phone that I have no clue or no history about this device. So they run into a few little knick-knack problems here and there. It has to spend a ton of money on marketing. They got to get these devices in tech reviewers' hands. They got to pay to play. They got to, get some good views out there, good reviews out there. They got to do some heavy duty marketing just to kind of get in the realm of people thinking of, okay, let's see what this Essential phone is all about. But as of now, it's looking like a dud. All they got to do is ask LG. All they got to do is ask LG. I mean, LG right now, even with the LG G6 is being such a great device, LG is going through terrible issues with not making no money with the LG G6. So
honestly, if you're a company, you need to take notes from Huawei. They are on the rise. They've been on the rise for the last year or two, and that's why it's confusing about the Honor 9. But I guess we can just kind of put that one to rest. But as far as what they have done, we can go back to the Honor 8. What store did they get themselves into? Best Buy.
That's it. Best Buy got them on end caps.
Yeah, they still got them there.
Right.
And so like when you can work those kind of deals where you can get it into the average consumer's eye, that's where you're going to make a big impact. And actually Huawei is the third best company in the world right now. So that's behind Samsung and Apple. And they're beating out LG, Motorola, and all them. And so they're on the rise. And man, once Huawei, if they can ever get it to where they can work with Verizon, they will dominate because their phones are a decent price already. And they are good devices for the most part. Not everyone's the best out there, but they're playing their cards really well.
Yeah. And one of the biggest things Huawei need to do is get that Mate 10 in the carriers. Get the Mate 10 in the carriers. You already go be at Best Buy, but try to weasel your way into the carriers, and let's give people opportunity. Put them on end caps in the carriers. Let people feel it. Let people touch it. Give some good deals. Get it. For $10 or whatever a month or whatever. Give people opportunity to get this device in their hand. And with this bezel-less display on the Mate 10. I think they're going to have a winner. I mean, everybody going bezel-less. If you're not going bezel-less, then you need to go home.
Almost, every time. Like I've had even in recent phones, when I look at them, if it has a bezel on it, it's like I'm just spoiled by what the S8 and the G6 has given us already. I mean, the Mate 9, I think I got it over here somewhere.
Yeah, the Mate 9 is supposed to have this bezel-less display.
Yeah, there's the Mate 9.
The Mate 9, yeah.
For a 2016 device, it doesn't have that big a bezel on it, which was cool. But yeah, it's when you got Samsung, LG, and now Apple going bezel-less. If you got a bezel, oh my, Pixel, please. Oh, that chin was already bad last year. But my gosh, they've got to fix it.
Oh my God! Look, one of the things that I criticized when I had the Pixel, and I didn't have a good time with the Pixel. Great software, stock Android is always good, but
it was just meh.
Man, it was just. I mean, the design of the device is. Oh man, it was bad.
My issues with the Pixel, I caught a lot of hate from it. I'm not saying it's a crap phone. But I didn't like the bezels. The price point was really high for what you get. And it goes back to what I said. It seemed like I always had to go back and add to it to make it catch up to par with everything else. Just using the camera app, for instance, it's a very bare bones camera app. There's not many features. I'm used to features like, Samsung, we know they have features, but everybody else has like the basics in there to where you don't have to go to the Play Store and download a certain app so you can do a certain thing. It was like a time lapse or slow motion or something, one of the two. They didn't have it. They don't have it in the Google camera app. And just like, I like to use that kind of stuff. So please put it in there. And a lot of people do like to use it. If you don't have, basically for the average consumer, if you don't have what the iPhone offers, you need to have that or more. You can't have less.
Right.
But yeah, the Pixel, it's a good phone. I think that a lot of us got spoiled on the price point that the Nexus line had. And so that kind of played a big factor in, like, I'm not getting much bang for my buck.
Right.
And the Pixel, like, in my opinion, the normal size Pixel is just not worth getting at all. Like, I tried both the Pixel and the XL, and I didn't like the experience with the Pixel at all. The screen was not as bright. It was just kind of dim. It just felt lacking. But the XL, it was pretty good.
Yeah, and I think one of the things like what the Pixel did was they came out at this huge price point that shocked everybody. Actually, shocked me. They didn't have enough inventory. I mean, I think I waited two and a
Yeah,
half months to get the device.
that was pretty dumb.
I had to immediately put a D brand skin on it because I couldn't pull it out at my nightly adult beverage place. Well, I just couldn't pull it out because it was that ugly. But then I've actually footage on my YouTube channel where I had halo effects on some of my camera reviews.
Yeah, that was a deal breaker for me, to be honest with you.
And then I bought the Pixel. I made a bad video about the Pixel. I bought the Pixel on a vacation, and I went on the cruise ship, and the cruise ship is all low light. And the Pixel did not do that well in low light, and I was getting very grainy photos. And it was terrible. And I'm glad I had the Galaxy S7 with me. Galaxy S7 actually saved my trip. And I had all this footage that I put in this one video. I was upset because I couldn't get back to home so I could make this video because of my bad experience with the Pixel. Because I wanted to get those family shots. It's one-time shots. You can't mess this up. And everybody was talking how good the cameras are with the Pixel. But I had got really bad grainy shots. It was terrible. The shots was terrible.
Yeah. It was hit and miss for me too. The Halo thing, I think that really irked me the wrong way. So many people said, like, yeah, it could be a software fix. I'm like, it's a hardware issue. And yeah, it got helped a little bit, but I got a Pixel later on and it still had the same issue. So I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got a lot of fixing to do. That's another phone that I really want to do well.
yeah.
I want it to excel so bad because of just the roots that it comes from. But they've got to do a lot more this time. It's got to be a complete redesign. It's got to be bezel-less on the front. It needs to have the camera needs to perform better, consistent better. Like I said, I had 50-50 experience with it. There was times where it was really good and other times like, this is not good at all.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that I had. You can hear me? Oh, okay. I paused for a second.
Yeah, there's some lag going on or something.
If I'm good here. All right. Yeah. I'm back. All right. Yeah. So, but one of the things that I did see, don't get me wrong, the Pixel itself, as far as software, is what Google intended to be: fast, fluid. You get the latest specs and stuff like that. The cameras, that was one of my biggest issues with the cameras. Cameras great in good light, of course. A lot of devices is great in good light. But when you get into that low light scenario, you start seeing some of those grainy effects. And I saw that really bad in the Pixel. But I mean, wow. I mean, in 2017, we see this shift, man. 18:9 aspect ratio. Oh, bezel-less, they're beautiful. I mean, I really do like the way the U11. Oh my God, the U11 is one of my favorite looking devices. The U Ultra.
The U11 is probably I'm starting to claim it as my top device so far this year.
Oh yeah, it is oh man. Every time I pull out the U11, even though with the big forehead and chin, it is a beautiful phone. Oh man. So I think, somebody asked me this question, and I thought about this as far as the Galaxy Note 8. What will be the colors? I mean, obviously we know Samsung will come out with the white, the black, and the gray, but man, Samsung need to do something. They need to come out with these futuristic colors. They need to do the U11 type colors.
The best glass back of it, kind of ill with glass backs at this point. They look beautiful when they're clean, when they're not covered up and all that kind of stuff. But to this day, I think the Honor 8 or Honor 9 at this point too has the best glass. Like it
Oh
looks
yeah,
so good.
yeah,
Of just the way that it just looks good. The way the light goes through the glass and all that kind of stuff, it's fantastic. The U11, I like the silver, but it's really like a baby blue. But
yeah,
the silver is probably my favorite color out of all those.
yeah. And I can tell you that, like, I'm with you. The Honor 8, oh, I talk about the Honor 8 so much. It is a beautiful phone. I mean, that is one of the most beautiful phones I ever had, is the Honor 8. Now, I can even go back to the, oh God, what is that? The 4S. What is that? The Idol 4S. Oh man, the Idol 4S was beautiful.
Oh,
What
there's
the,
a comment up here before we move on to off of cameras. Cafe Enterprise says every camera is grainy and low light, even DSLR cameras. I have to disagree. I've got I have a mirrorless camera, the Sony A6500, and I've got some really awesome low lights. I'll if you follow me at Bane Tech on Twitter or even Instagram, I'll post some pictures that I was super impressed with. I did a video shoot with a local DJ company a couple nights ago, and they wanted to do a promo video for their new homecoming setup, and so it was black room with just their lights, and I took some photos and videos of that. So I disagree with the grainy stuff, because what we're saying with the grain, and I'll try to find some pictures that I've taken recently on some phones, and the grain looks like a snowy TV at times. It's almost that bad. So I have to disagree with that statement, because there are devices out there, there's phones out there, the U11 included, that has really good low light capabilities, the S8, the S8 Plus, and all that. So there is a big difference in performance when we're talking about the experiences that we've had. It's almost gross looking with some of the results, but to the point of the DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, depending on what you got, you can get some amazing low light pictures that look. I have black backgrounds that are pitch black. There's no grain at all, so it's possible. So I don't know what kind of stuff that you're using, but it is possible.
well, I can tell you that the Galaxy S7 shoots very good low light.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy Note 5 shoot good low light. The U11 shoot very good low light. The Sony XZ Premium shoots very good low light. So that's just a few devices that do really well at low light.
Yeah.
You know, so look, to Cafe defense, every time we talk about the Pixel on my stream, he always defend the Pixel cameras. So
That's funny. There's quite a few comments about the colors, about devices and stuff, and pretty
yes,
good insight there.
yeah. Some people, the tech for your needs, he talk about their central phone has a green emerald color, and
Yeah.
Samsung needs that type of color.
And
Yeah,
I think Art Dog, he said Samsung needs to bring different colors to options to the US. And I so agree with that statement. I can't stand it when I see a company release maybe just a few colors at once, and then maybe 3 months later they release another color. Like the coral blue is a favorite among many people. They should have had that color available at the start. Like I want to see those colors. And then I'm a big fan of white phones. I love white phones. It's my favorite color all time. But then you'll always see the international audiences get the white color, and we won't even see it in the US. I'm just like, oh, bring it over here.
yeah. And you know, Samsung do this. They release a device just like with the Galaxy S8. I mean, what 2 weeks ago now we get the coral blue,
Yeah.
the blue coral.
And I would have got the coral blue from the start. Like that's the one I would,
Right.
if white wasn't available, I would have got that coral blue because it is so good looking.
Samsung do this all the time. I don't know why they do this. I mean, the same thing with the Galaxy S7. The blue core came out for the Galaxy S7 in December. I remember getting it. I mean, I'm like, what the blue disc? I mean, so you talk about almost a year later that the blue color come out for the Galaxy S8, 7 for the 7, and now they did it with the Galaxy S8, and they're going to do that with the Galaxy Note 8. I mean, I can see that us in the US, we're gonna, and I'm still stuck on this 4 gigs of RAM. By the way, I just don't see that. If they did it with the Galaxy S8. I don't see them doing no more than 4 gigs around with the Galaxy Note 8. People disagree with me, and I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, like, in the US.
Like I said, if the software and hardware match up and work seamlessly together, I don't care what kind of specs are in there, as long as it performs well.
Yeah.
We're still a lot of color conversation going on over here. Michael Wilson said iPhone red, laugh my ass off. But dude, I love that red iPhone. I think it's one of the best colors that Apple's put out. I think it's a great color. And again, if that would have been available at the time of release, I would have got that over like black or silver, or gold, or anything like that. Maybe like they don't have a true white anymore. They got a white front face, which is kind of mixes between the colors. Like I get that white face that I like, but then that red just looks superb.
Yeah, that red
It's hot. It's
I
hot.
tell you, I do like the red iPhone. The only thing that kind of threw me off, you like the white. I was looking for a black face. Hopefully, I was like, God, if Apple will release the red, will give you the option, the red back with the black face, and the red back with the white face.
Right.
That would have been awesome. But they don't get the memo.
And then HTC, they introduced that solar red, and it wasn't available right away. I'm like, there's a lot of people that are very interested in that color, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, and that was crazy. You know, when we saw the keynote address of the HTC U11, and every tech reviewer was talking about the solar ray. Every tech reviewer, then all of a sudden we don't get it, and we have to wait for 5 months later before we get it. And that's
right. Like when I was in Taiwan, I saw it in person. I'm just like, people are gonna want this. And then I heard like only 2 colors were gonna be available at the time. Like, come on, guys.
They don't get the memo. But you know what? I think they do this on purpose. You think about this, like, okay, are they in the business of pissing people off? Because I mean, you come out with the device that everybody wants 5 months later, and it's like, okay, I just bought your phone, paid $600, $700 for your phone. Now you're coming out with this color. Screw you! I don't want it now. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, man, it's getting late for me.
Yes.
I gotta get going.
Man,
it's been an awesome conversation, though.
Let me tell you, man, I really do appreciate you coming by. And I know it was late, and I know it's a grand old opportunity for me to get you on. And hopefully in the future, I can get you back on. That I start to do these interviews mostly on a Wednesday, but lately I've been doing a lot of them on Saturdays. So shouts out to the background people that have been kind of setting this up. So I got some people in the background, been trying to set up a lot of interviews to get people on the show. And again, guys, so I'm gonna leave the last minute to you. Let everybody know in the stream that don't know who you are, where they can reach you, your Twitter feed and your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I think the easiest way, I got all my social networks on the top right corner of my website, which is bane-tech.com, BANE-TECH.com. It's the easiest way to find all my stuff, my channels there, my Twitter. I hang out on Twitter the most. I'll post to Instagram for some of my fancy shots and stuff. Trying to get back more on Google Plus. I kind of lost interest in Google Plus, but you can definitely find me over on Twitter. Check out my videos. I just released a handful this week. I got a few more coming out next few days. What's on deck right now? I've got to review the Mate 9, done the unboxing and all that. I've got the Moto Z2 Play. I got the unboxing done with that, but I got to review it still. Once the Force comes, it'll be here once that's released. So it's going to be a busy few weeks here. And then, of course, we got all the new releases coming out, too, that probably going to hit the pocket kind of heavy for a little bit. But, but yeah, love to have you guys over on my channel. I appreciate being on this show tonight too. Is fun to talk. Like I can talk hours about this kind of stuff, but yeah, it's been fun. I appreciate the invite.
Thank you very much, Joshua Bane, y'all. I appreciate you coming by.
Everybody have a good night, have a good weekend, stay safe, and have an awesome work week.
All right. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Whoo, man. You know what? I actually am a huge fan of Joshua Bane and some of the other people that I've been getting on here on of the show, guys. Oh my God, you guys, you have no idea on this all the stuff that I'm trying to do on this YouTube channel to give you guys everything, you know, all the information, all the people, everybody that I'm trying to get here on this YouTube channel so y'all guys can see and hear all the heavy hitters. Look, I'm not a heavy hitter. I'm just working hard to try to get there. But I really do appreciate Joshua Bain for coming aboard. I know it was late. I had a family function that I was at, and I was trying to get here as quickly as I can so I could start the live stream. But he was available. Thank you very much. And look, if you don't follow his YouTube channel, go on and follow his YouTube channel. It goes down. He do very, very good reviews, very clean reviews. He's a very good, honest person. I watch his YouTube channel. I watch it, you know, a lot of his content. So, you know, that's one of the things that I want to bring on this YouTube channel, guys, these interviews so y'all guys can see everything in between the sun with this YouTube channel. Let me get it to you guys' comments. And before we get on out of here, I know it's late night, guys. And listen, I really do appreciate everything that Josh and me. Look, we could talk all night long about tech. All right, here we go. Let's see. Easy, can you put his YouTube description down in the description? I sure will. I will, definitely will. As soon as I end this this YouTube stream, I will put his YouTube information down in the description below. Yes. All right. Let's see. Shouts out to everybody. Tony White is in the building. All right, I see y'all guys in the building. Yes, I see Jason is in the building. Timothy is in the building. I got on your live stream because late and because of the YouTube notification. Well, welcome to the live stream. Yes, y'all guys know I usually stream about 8 p.m. I was about 3 hours late today, and so it is what it is. We having some fun. Great interview, Easy. Thank you very much. Loyalty means everything is in the building. What's up with you? I see. I haven't seen him a while. Not sure if I've subscribed, but I'm going to think. I'm going to. Okay, thank you. Make sure you go and check his channel out and see what's up. What's up with you? I see Gary Tate in the building. What's up? Yes. GT is in the building. What's up with you? I see you in the building. All right, guys. Listen, it was fun. Oh my goodness. Look, I apologize in the beginning for the technical difficulties. Doing this on Google Hangouts, it's been a while since I've done it. And I'm glad I got it all ironed out and everything worked out great. I got everybody, it worked out, it ironed out. So if you're watching the replay for the replay crew, listen, thank y'all very much for being patient. Being patient is the key. And I got more of these interviews coming up very soon, guys. I'm going to try to have a lot of different people on and try to bring some people back that y'all guys really liked. So thank y'all guys very, very much for coming aboard. And I'm going to get on out here. This your boy, Eric from Easy Computer Solutions, man. Thank y'all very much for coming to the YouTube channel. See y'all guys Monday. Don't forget about Monday, Morning Hangover. See y'all Monday. Peace.